Legend says if you play an 18 down out here, actually a 19 down, all birdies, one ace, you get the free pass up to the water tower rave station. I'm gonna be playing Bart all off season looking for that pass, you guys. Welcome back to day 8 of Vlogmas, everybody. We just made a quick jog over from Sprinkle Valley to Bartholomew, the oldest course in Texas. It recently got a facelift, some new hole design. It has turf tee pads now where it was just earthen tee pads before, so a lot of upgrades out here. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm Connor O'Reilly for Team Lone Star Disc and Team OTB Discs, and this is Vlogmas, day 8. It's 25 straight days, 25 different disc golf courses, mostly in the Austin area, sprinkling it around, trying to spread the love as much as we can, and we're super happy to have you guys here. Let's get to the action. Hole 1 here at Bart is a par 3, 307 feet. Playing over this creek, there's a bit of a hairy gap. For me, I'm gonna try to fly right above that with my chupacabra. Release it nice and flat with some good speed. A bit left of intended. Should have a long putt. Kind of fell out of my hand there. I want to say these are new baskets since the last time we played Bart, last year's Vlogmas. And we're trying to stick with new courses, but this one did get new tee boxes and I believe a slight tweak of the design, so technically it's a new layout. If you're wondering why I'm wearing the same outfit as yesterday's Vlogmas, it's because we just jogged over from Sprinkle Valley, a quick 13-minute drive, and we're squeezing one more in today before the daylight is done. Hole 2 is 188 feet, slightly downhill, straight as the arrow flies. Y'all know it's a job for that penny putter. I really enjoy throwing this hole. It's a pretty one. Bit of a lucky double kick there. Should have a putt. Huge moment of appreciation for everyone who came out and cleaned up Bart. This area used to be one of the worst kind of trashier areas on any of the Austin area disc golf courses, and now showcasing the beautiful little creek. Limited amount of trash, clear for playing too. This is amazing. Thank you everybody for keeping this historic course in the ground and showing the city that it's worth having it. Just when you thought the poison ivy was dying off everywhere else, it's still strong out here at Bart. You can see my disc right here kind of underneath it. I'm just gonna remove it right now before I get that nasty stuff on me. We'll play the lie from behind. For as bad as I threw that drive, pretty happy with this putting scenario. And pretty unhappy with that result. Player B's locked in. I threw a lot less straddles at Sprinkle Valley than I thought I would, so you know, it's not as warm as I expected. I'm gonna blame it on that. Poor excuse. These new turf tee pads are pretty nice, some old recycled football turf, and for a course like this, I think it gets the job done absolutely. Hole 3, I believe it's a par 4. Can't remember if they call it a long par 3 or not, but it's 477 feet. Pretty guarded with this tree canopy ahead. But if you can snake the line up there, there are looks for eagle, and that's what we're looking for. I'm going full sends on my straighter warbird up towards that cell phone tower. On a lot of turn, try to air it all the way there. Definitely don't forget to employ the grunt on a shot like this. Oh. That was nose up. I'm gonna be somewhere in the creek scrambling. Whoopsies. All right, luckily the disc dog found his disc and we're not too far from the bat, even though I kind of shanked my angle there. I'm gonna go hammer shot over the top with my gnome. Felt decent. We'll see how the ground play ends up. I gotta double check you to see whether that was a birdie or a par. Either way, just happy I found my disc and I hopefully didn't contract poison ivy because that stuff kills me. Oh yeah, par 4. There we go, off the fairway, circle 1, tapper dapper, 2 down through 3. Hole 3 is 220 feet straight ahead, but guarded with this thick bush in the middle and a couple kind of hanging branches that make you shape a tight line. I'm gonna go horny toad, a little bit of hyzer, try to skip it late. That ought to put. Ooh, circle 1's edge here, put a little deep. Too much mustard. There it is, blue bonnet. Dependable fade every time. And blue means birdie, we all know that. Hole 5 is a par 3, 375 feet up the hill. You can go straight at it, or you can take the big towering hyzer. That's gonna add some distance. I'm gonna take the big hyzer, go with the warbird. Make sure I give it the height and give it the angle. Oh, split the gap. Go in the basket. That was crazy. I'll take it. Close look here for birdie. Got a little bit lucky there. And you gotta take advantage of those moments. Hole 6 is a par 3, 330 feet, blind off the tee. You gotta throw, honestly, a big forehand plays well, spiking down to the right at the end. There's a couple treetops in the back you can see that you're really just trying to fade in front of, and then you know you did your job. I'm gonna go back to that warbird with a high forehand. I want to say that's circle 1 putt, and we'll find out. I remembered the hole well enough, remembering that tree canopy right there in the back. You try to get there and fade in front. I can test it even a little bit more next time. Just hung on to that one. Didn't pop it out early. It's all right. Getting a little fatigue, and we're kind of rushing from shot to shot right now to try to make sure we beat the daylight. So, you know, with that comes a bit of added difficulty. But I need it out here at Bart. And I can always use a little more conditioning. Never mad at that. Yeah, par here. Hole 7 may only be 200 feet, but it's very tricky. Not a clear, obvious line unless you like the over-the-top shots. Ground play is hard to come by on this luscious grass out here. I'm gonna show you guys how to play an understable disc like the tumbleweed on a grenade. It should work to the left, from the left to the right at the end of the flight, since it is understable. Yeah, there it is, popped on right next to the basket. I'm sorry, thumb. Only one of those for this whole round, and probably hopefully all winter too. I really feel like grenade is the best play on this hole. Just the way it shapes, the way it hits the ground and sticks. Soft little bow into that left side pocket for another birdie. Hole 8's right around 300 feet. Perched on a bit of a mound. You want to put this one close. And there's that out of bounds sidewalk on the left to avoid. Going chupacabra forehand. Should be able to throw it flat at that pole left of the basket about as hard as I want. Oh my goodness, that disc is too much, you guys. Not many discs have made me feel like a noodle arm, but the chupacabra takes the cake. Well, on a flat release, I got only about 270 in the chupacabra, so I'm gonna have to adjust for that. I'm gonna go blue bonnet forehand roller because, you know, I'm kind of pinched. Nothing else. Full sends. Good God. All right, we got a prayer for bogey. This hole's eating me up. Fatal mistake off the tee. Safe to say hole 8 put a wrench in our plans. Gonna have to recover from that one. I'm officially sweating, you guys. We're working through this course quick, and that double bogey got my blood flowing. 232 feet here to try to bounce back. Turnover, penny putter. Oh yeah, there's that little jump slide down to the right. There's one birdie back. There it is. Now I really got a birdie out to get to the score that I want, because that double bogey really derailed us. At only 160 feet and down the hill, hole 10's a classic bait hole. Right there, asking for the ace run, but then if you juice it long, it could be tricky, but I can't say no to this one. Gonna hit on the gnome, hint to hyzer. Sit. Oh, well, I didn't hit the pole, but the rocks that I hit the pole, so does that count? It's almost impossible not to have a comeback putt on this hole. I'm gonna ace this one day. I just know it. Hole 11's 308 feet over the creek crossing, pretty narrow gap throughout. You just need a gentle finish left at the end. I'm gonna take my midi, see if I can land it in that hard packed dirt and get a little skip. Come on, just like I said. I mean, that's how I drew it up. Probably pushed deep, knowing the range on that disc. But I think it's putting, circle 1. I forgot about this bit of a bowl that you have collecting your disc here. So it worked out perfectly. Tap in, park job. Midi, great straight to overstable disc. You can manipulate it on a lot of different angles. Hole 12 is just over 200 feet. A narrow gap provided throughout with a creek crossing about halfway down. Perched on that hillside just out of sight to the right. Should be a perfect shape for the horny toad and alpha plastic. Just hit it flat, let the disc do the work. Yep, a bit straight there. Could have came out with a touch more hyzer, but we'll take a look here all day. There it is. I'm really digging this disc. Offered me some shot shapes that I just didn't quite have. Really leaning on it a lot. Hole 12 was a great hole to showcase the horny toad and a forehand grip. Here we're going to see it in the backhand. Hole 13 is a par 3 at 252 feet, tucked left, out of sight. If I can fade it in front of that kind of yellowing tree in the background, should be perfect. Fade. Oh, there it is, just in front of that tree, like I said. Should be up there solid. Got claps from the crew in front. All right, good pace control on this one. Hit the gap, chose the proper disc. And we're walking away with birdie here on 13. Couple holes left, no foot fault. She's lying. Hole 14 is 238 feet. This is a new hole. They broke the previous hole into multiple holes. Got to play it over this barbed wire fence. I'm liking horny toad on the forehand. There's a mando tree, it seems. You got to keep it left of this first tree here. Got a putt, clear the fence. Oh, going quick on the playthrough. Got me. He got me. Losers have excuses. Winners make adjustments, so I'm done making excuses. Next tee that way. Hole 15 is 189 feet. Just a pure backhand hyzer. I only brought my V1 Blue Bonnet over here, so it's got to be the disc for me. Put it high, put it on hyzer. Dump fade, buddy. Oh, I thought I was about to run down the first ace of Vlogmas. That one was so close, you guys. You got lucky today, 15. Hole 16 is one of the original Bart holes. About 230 feet. You gotta push it straight and then dive left at the end. Kind of plays across the creek crossing onto a hard pan green. Going to that horny toad. Touch of hyzer out of the hand. That's how you do it. Whew, we're racing daylight. But luckily we're kind of racing back up that board after that mean double bogey on hole 8. Hole 17 is a narrow gap, plays up to the right on this hillside, under 200 feet. Another great shot for the horny toad, this time forehand. Just got to beat those 2 hanging branches there that you can see off the tee. Give me a skip. Oh yeah, climb the hill a bit. Should have about a 20-footer. Legend says if you play an 18 down out here, actually a 19 down, all birdies, 1 ace, you get the free pass up to the water tower rave station. We're gonna be playing Bart all off season looking for that pass, you guys. And they might need to call that Ambalam for me afterwards. I'm just playing. All water for this guy. Hole 18 is 360 feet down the hill. A lot of different lines you can take. There's kind of 3 trees that'll shape this shot. And in the past you had kind of 2 ruts to tee from. Now we got a designated area, so no more right side, left side rut depending on the wind or whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go Brazos, put it over at that wooden post. Try to have it fade. Should be the perfect distance for this disc. Beat the post. Go in the basket. Come on, drop, 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 drop. Oh, just over the top. All right, just a mesquite tree draped in my back, just to remind me that I am in Texas on this final shot of the day. Here for Vlogmas, day 8 and 1, coach. Chest up. Give me that. Well, I mentioned to you guys that we needed to get off to the races to redeem the score after that double bogey on hole 8. And we just birdied 10 straight to finish, so I'd say it's a bit of a heater. I don't know, something about Bart and me have always kind of gotten along, and it's a fun play. Oldest course in Texas, once again, and it's been a pleasure to bring you guys this gem of a course for day 8 of Vlogmas. New tee boxes, a couple new pins, a couple broken holes. Now we have full 18 out here, and I really appreciate everyone who put in the work out here. Once again, I'm Connor O'Reilly for Team Lone Star Disc and Team OTB Discs, and it's been a pleasure having you guys here for day 8 of Vlogmas. 2 more days till that next giveaway. Stay tuned. That was actually fake news. I missed one of those 10 birdies in a row on the back, so, you know, 9 of 10, still a strong finish. We can take it.